And working our way through the AFC East. Hope everybody's doing great, getting ready, get a little football fever as we get closer and closer to working through. We're actually recording this one earlier. Nick's going out of town, so recording this one on July 27th, and hope everybody's having a great start to your August. As we get moving along here, these New England Patriots, well, you already know, Nick, we're not telling anybody. Tom Brady is long gone. Gronk is long gone. The dynasty, no one's even talking about it anymore. Now you got what you call a game manager at your quarterback, and you're hoping your coach can kind of coach him up, to get you enough wins defensively.
I'm scared to say anything bad about this team because the hoodie scares me. So, Bill, you're great, and you're going 17-0, and you're winning the Super Bowl.
We tell more of the truth next. Well, Nick, the New England Patriots, we had a little discussion a couple days ago as we started working through this division, and we're like, are they the number 2 team, or is it Miami? We're leaning to think that it is the Dolphins finally surpassing the New England Patriots, but it'll be interesting when we get to this win-loss game, because for some reason, Belichick is always worth like 3 or 4 wins by himself.
Yeah, 100%. He is the most game-changing coach that there is. This is outside of the Saints. This is one of those teams that I have no idea what the win-loss game. If I get to the end of that win-loss game, they only have 5 wins. Sure. If they get there, they have 12 wins. Also, sure. I don't really know how it's gonna go.
While we're on the talk of coaching staffs, I got down as one of my key losses is Josh McDaniels gone once again. How long he's gone for, we don't know. Hopefully it works out a little bit better for him in the NFL than it did last time he left the nest. I think this is a big loss for offense that was just okay a year ago. I mean, nothing negative to say, nothing super positive to say. But who do you got to replace him, right? Who's the next person up to kind of take, this Patriots offense under the wing? Because you sort of get put on an island because you got a super defensive-minded coach who doesn't like to talk a lot of offense.
Yeah, I mean, and it's Bill Belichick. So he has not said who that offensive coordinator is.
Yeah, no, he has not.
He is refusing to name it. It could be, and it could be you. I don't know.
About time.
But it's one of those. You wonder how what that coaching room is like, Scott. Like, is it Bill just mumbling to people that this is how we're going to do it? Do the coordinators actually do anything? I don't know. I do think Josh McDaniels is a big loss, but we're also recording this on Wednesday, so Josh McDaniels could have already quit and gone back to New England for all we know.
They do play at Gillette. I do think Gillette's worth something too. They got a great fan base there. They were 10-8 a year ago, but let's dive in to what they've lost or added this season. And we got to start with the quarterback because that's one of the biggest negatives we give them is Mac Jones, kind of what he was in college. He's a game manager.
Yeah, listen, this team was the 14th passing offense in the league. Mac Jones, I know a lot of people were big on him. I know a lot of people were excited about how much he could win last year. But this is a guy who is okay. His quarterback rating was only 2 points higher than Tua's last year. He had 92.5. Tua's was at 90.5. This is a guy that could it be that it's the wide receiving core? Possibly. This wide receiving core is not good. They did
upgrade it.
They did. They brought in Devontae Parker. And I like Devontae Parker. He's a cool guy. Beyond that, Jacoby Myers couldn't find the end zone. I know. I tried to play him in DFS. Kendrick Bourne.
2 touchdowns. That was it.
I'll say this. I think they have one of the more underrated running back rooms. Damien Harris, really good when healthy. And I thought Ramondre Stevenson last year ran hard. He had like a 160-yard game at one point. He's a tough back.
I mean, their whole running back room was pushing nearly 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And a huge part of the offense was Damien Harris. I mean, you go from the other side, we're talking about Jacoby Myers not getting to the end zone at all. Well, Harris actually got to the end zone 15 times this season. He was a big part of their number 6 rushing offense in the entire league.
Yeah, and again, that it helps the fact that they had one game where they ran it 40 times and passed it 3 times. But listen, this offense is like, this is the epitome of nothing that excites me, but nothing that makes me mad. It's fine. I think their O-line is probably their best asset. I think Trent Brown's a really good right tackle. Isaiah Wynn played well last year. I think it's important to mention, though, before we go too far, that the Patriots had the worst and the most baffling draft in the 22
Awful.
draft. I listen,
But I'm sure some people said that when they drafted Tom Brady.
Did you see Sean McVay laughing at the pick of Cole Strange in the first round? A guy who was a 3rd round grade on most places. And here's the thing. People can say trust Bill Belichick all you want, and I do in general. I don't bet against Bill. He scares me. But let's point this out. That's such a lose-lose pick. Either he turns into he's great, in which case you go, but every other team had him a 3rd round grade. You could have gotten him in the 2nd round and had the same great player. You didn't need to use a 1st round pick on him. Or he's awful and you go, why'd you pick him in the 1st round? It's a lose-lose. Everybody's like, well, he might turn out great. Yeah, but nobody had him as a 1st round grade. Nobody had him as a day 2 grade. It was a tail end day 2, day 3 guy. Like, Baffling draft, an awful draft. But he's probably going to turn into the left guard of the future and the greatest player of all time. I don't know what to tell you. Bill Belichick's crazy.
They're just... they're the ham sandwich of the league. Like,
yeah.
It's just average. You know what I mean?
Not even with
like,
great condiments. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Out of 10, we rate everything they have, like across the board, like a 7. Like the quarterback's a 7. The secondary is a 7. You know, special teams is probably the best thing they got going. The running back room
is their strength. That's their strongest unit. Their defense is mid to low mid. Let's be clear.
I don't love the playmaking ability of the defense, but I do love them to be able to hold the ball.
Yeah.
And then also make other teams hold the ball, right? It's very bend, don't break zone defense for the Patriots.
I just don't know who to get excited about on this defense. Matt Judon, nice.
Devin McCourty's back for his 40th season.
He's 107. He was there when football was invented. I mean, Malcolm Butler is there. Let's remember Malcolm Butler made that play in the Super Bowl 8 years ago. The dude's old. Like, all these guys are just, they're old players. Like, Kyle Duggar is cool, I guess. Mac Wilson, he played for the Browns. He's not that good. I like Matt Judon. I like Devon Godchaux. That's kind of it, though. This defense is if you're looking for the best comparison, to me, if they're going to succeed, they're going to be like the 2004 Detroit Pistons. This is a team that's going to succeed on team. They're not going to succeed on star because they don't have a lot of star power.
They were 10-8 a year ago. Let's get into the win-loss game, and I'd like to just put a tail in on that. The playoff game against Buffalo. We talked about it last Tuesday, a week ago. 47-17. And I think that's about right. That is about what this team is compared to Buffalo, who we have at the top of the division.
I don't know last year was a weird year for them, Scott. Remember, they ran off 7 wins in a row mid-season. Yep. And against good teams, Chargers, the Browns, they beat the Titans by 1,000. They beat the Bills. Then they go to their bye week, and they come out and they lay eggs. I mean, if they didn't play Jacksonville, they would have lost 5 in a row. They just completely lost what they were doing, and I don't know. And
it got worse. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They were on such a slide, and then they backed their way into the playoffs. If anybody ever backed their way into the playoffs, it was the Patriots.
This is a team that won 10 games. They lost 3 of their first 4. They lost 3 of their last 4. They lost their playoff game. They just won 7 in the middle. I don't know what happened.
Perfect ham sandwich, right? We're not. Hey, who cares about the bread? The meat's good. That's what we got with this team. Let's get into this year's schedule. We love playing the win-loss game. Toughest team they face in the preseason is the Raiders, but they open up the season at Miami.
Yep.
And we just talked about them last Thursday.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins winning that game. Not much more to say. I think the Dolphins are a better team. I think they got a secondary. They especially looking at this roster, I really like Miami's secondary and Miami's wide receivers against both those units. Give me the Dolphins.
0-1. Let's head to Pittsburgh in week 2.
Toss-up game.
That is tough.
I got the Steelers in this one.
Mac Jones, Trubisky.
I'm not a big again, we weren't big on the Steelers, although the Steelers were the team that I think we both said this team's not going to be good. Then we went through the win-loss game. They're like, they're okay. Their schedule helps them a little bit. Yeah. I don't remember who I said, but I kind of like the Steelers in this game. It's a home game. I think
it's the Steelers home opener too. I think,
and it's the Steelers home opener, and it's the Steelers defense against a very mediocre offense from the Patriots.
Lot of running in that game, by the way. Two decent running backs. One really good one for the Steelers.
Najee Harris. Here's all I'm saying.
Is this the Harris battle? It's Damien versus Najee?
Damien versus Najee. Here's all I'm saying. If you're looking at your fantasy football team, Najee Harris, you should be looking at him pretty early. I think he's their only offense right now.
I got the
Steelers in this one. This game, though, screams 13-10, 10-7 in not Heinz Field, a Kreischer Field.
What?
They renamed Heinz.
That does not sound good on French fries.
No. Well.
Finally, they get a home opener. September 25th. Here come the Ravens. 1 o'clock kickoff there at Foxborough.
0-2. They're going to go to 1-2, I think. I'm not big on this Ravens team. The defense for I like Matthew Judon going back against the Ravens. That's going to be fun. This is a game you cannot pay me money to watch. I do not want to watch this game one little bit.
Yeah, I got to make sure when I'm traveling around the country that I'm nowhere inside the regional coverage of that one. October 2nd, they head to Lambeau on a 4:25 kickoff. That one's probably on Fox.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Fox kickoff time.
Yeah, they're going to be 1-3. I got the Packers winning this one. Aaron Rodgers going to do enough. Another game I'm not super excited to watch because the Packers wide receivers right now are Allen Lazard and Christian Watson. But I think the Packers get it done at home. Lambeau, not a fun place to have to go play. By the way, not doing the Patriots a whole lot of favors with 3 out of their first 4 games on the road.
The crazy thing is looking at this schedule. If the Patriots were good, this is a really good schedule. There's a lot of beatable teams.
Yeah.
Home game against Detroit, and we're telling people not so fast on the Lions.
Yeah, but they're going to win this game in Foxborough. I just think the Lions not prepped to get out there and beat the Hoodie. I think the Hoodie's going to be mad after starting out 1-3, much like he did last year. Give me the Patriots pretty big in that one.
So undefeated at home, 2-3, back on the road. It's going to be Cleveland.
Yeah.
And if Belichick got anything to do with it, Deshaun Watson's still not playing.
Yeah, give me the Patriots in that one then. Even though it's a road game, I just think Jacoby Brissett's not going to do enough. Trust me, if there's somebody that knows how to game plan against Jacoby Brissett, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Having faced him a couple times, I think the Hoodie can go on the road.
He was on the squad at one point. He was a Patriot.
I just don't know if Cleveland can get it done against Belichick. This just screams that it's going to be a tough game for us Brownies fans.
They host the Chicago Bears on Monday night. That's October 24th. That's what I'm telling you, man. This is a cupcake schedule.
Yeah.
But they just can't get wins. They're not good enough to beat some of these teams.
I mean, they're going to beat the Bears. Yeah. And at that point, they're back to above 500. They're 4-3 at this point. Roller coaster thing. They get an extra day's rest. It's at home. The Bears have not shown me anything to show them that they're going to be any good this year. Maybe something will happen the next couple of weeks that gets me excited. But I Hoodie.
I saw an orange helmet. People on for the Bears. People were saying that's fire. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Like some of these, and I know why you want an extra uniform, right? The kids really enjoy it.
Yeah, they do.
That's it.
Nick really enjoys the alternate helmets. Like I'm excited about the white Bengals helmet. I think it's kind of tough.
Yeah, Panthers all black.
Pretty really cool. Good. The Browns alternate helmet is also still a brown helmet, so that's cool. Nothing.
Throw some numbers on it. People will think it's cool. So right now they're sitting at what, 5-3?
4-3.
Bears.
Well, no, they're 5-3 because they go to the Jets next and they beat the Jets.
Yeah,
so they're
5-3, and then they face the Colts, who we haven't got to yet. Colts are a really good football team.
Colts are going to beat the brakes off of them. Even though it's at home in Foxborough, I love this Colts team. I'm excited to do the Colts win-loss game. I think the Colts are going to be really good this year.
They might be pushing for certainly a bye in the playoffs when you're talking about Indy.
Yeah, I don't know if they're as good as the Bills, but I love this Colts team. And
it's all about the schedule sometimes.
I love this Colts team because they play in the AFC South too.
That's going to be a fun one. So that's what I'm saying, where it's all about the schedule. So the Colts could be pushing the Bills.
For sure.
At some point.
Bye week. 5-4 going into the bye week?
Not too bad.
Not bad.
Get the Jets again. This time at home. Go to 6-4.
Yep, they do. Sorry, I've liked this Jets team more than last year, but I can't, in good conscience, pick them to beat the Patriots.
Sunday Night Football, November 24th. I don't love them going to Minnesota. I don't like them playing the Vikings.
Short week going to Minneapolis, even though it's Kirk Cousins in primetime, who has typically not been very good in primetime.
We don't like that.
I don't like short week Patriots. I like the Vikings in this one. I like Kirk Cousins to kind of kick some of the bugaboos that have messed him up in years past. Give me the Vikings in this one in I think, a really good Thursday night game. I want to watch that one. I think that one's going to be a fun game.
So they lose to Minnesota, and then you get Buffalo on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
December 1st.
Yeah.
We said Buffalo, so we got to stay with it.
Stay with Buffalo. Yep. Even though it's in Foxborough, I like Buffalo.
So right now, what are we? We sit at 6-6, 7-5.
Let's see. They were 5-4 going into their bye week. They get a win to go to 6-4. They're at 6-6 right now. By the way, shout out to the NFL scheduling with the holidays. The Patriots are going to play Thursday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. What is going on? What's happening in my life?
I don't know. I don't like it, especially because we're huge college football fans. We do not like
it.
Messing
not a fan
with our dates. Going out to your neck of the woods on December 12th, they face the Cardinals on a Monday night. They get a ton of time. I love Bill Belichick when he gets a ton of time to prepare. It's like Nick Saban, other 8 coaches. The more time you give them, the better their teams are going to play.
A lot of factors in this game, Scott. He gets extra rest. It is an East-West game, that usually favors the team that is at home. Yep. And maybe what might be the biggest coaching skill discrepancy in Bill Belichick, who's a top 5, and Cliff Kingsbury, who shouldn't be holding a clipboard. I think Arizona, assuming nobody's injured, they've got a better team. They've got D-Hop at least out there. He'll be off his suspension. This is a weird one.
He should be holding a clipboard is at Wet and Wild, like one of those theme parks.
Yeah. Next. Hey, slide. Wait. You can go. Wait. Next. You can go. I've got the hoodie going on the road and getting a win in Arizona.
Wow.
That's a
huge toss-up game.
Yeah, it's a huge toss-up game. But this to me comes down to hoodie versus toddler, and I got hoodie. This is one of those games that, I don't know. It could go either way. Arizona could win this game by 30 points. They really could. I just thought Arizona was so maddeningly inconsistent last year.
Injuries,
I don't know what to
just
make of them.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah. And again, let's not forget.
Not a Cardinals. Not a fan
Cardinals
of the team.
Defense. That defense got worse. They lost Chandler Jones. Their heart and soul of that defense. I'm not sure what they have beyond that. It's not a great defense.
Isaiah Simmons is okay.
He is certainly a football player.
But he's not 11 guys. He's one guy.
No.
7-6. 6-7. Right?
Yeah, sorry, 6-7.
Lose to Buffalo, lose to Arizona, 6-7, go on to the Raiders.
I got them beating Arizona. They're 7-6. Settle down. You might have them losing. I got them 7-6.
I think
but they're gonna be 7-7 after the next week because I am big on this.
I'm high on the Raiders team.
I really am. I think a lot of people are discounting this Raiders team. I think Derek Carr has played as a top 7
quarterback. They might not make the playoffs, but they're going to be a good team.
We'll see when we get to our AFC West playoffs what I think about that. But in Vegas, back-to-back West Coast road games, they're not winning both of them. I think this Raiders team is good. I think they might be great, legitimately. Give me the Raiders all day. Go Raiders.
7-7, 3 games remaining. By the way, when we get to the AFC West, we're going to have to keep track of these win-loss.
Oh my God!
We can't be meshing them, man, because it's going to be tough calls there in the division.
I'll have a spreadsheet up. It's fine.
Christmas Eve, hosting the Bengals on a Saturday night. Saturday day.
Saturday day.
1 p.m. kickoff. I don't want to get any comments. 1 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, it's a home game. Makes it more of a toss-up, but I think the Bengals are significantly better than this team. Give me Cincinnati on the road. Joe Burrow, get out there.
I think it's closer than we think, but I'm leaning towards Cincinnati all day long.
The one reason I like the Bengals, though, is this is a team that can win the game by throwing for 400 yards, or Joe Mixon can go for 150. That's a dangerous team at that point.
That dude's nuts. All off-field things aside, Joe Mixon's really good on the field.
It's true.
2 games remaining. They host the Dolphins on January 1st.
They'll be 7-8 going into this game. But they host Miami and they get them in Foxborough, so they get to 500.
8-8.
8-8, baby.
And they lose the final game of the season at
Yeah,
Buffalo. But does Buffalo need a win?
I have them at 9-8. That's what I have them at. I picked them to win this game in our Buffalo show because I don't think Buffalo is going to have anything to play for. If Buffalo has absolutely anything to play for, I've got them winning this game. But I'm going with the assumption I think Buffalo's going to have everything wrapped up that they need to. I've got the Patriots hoodie to finish above 5. I just don't. Belichick doesn't want to finish below 500, man. I got him going to Buffalo.
So let's talk about the 2 Miami games then.
Yeah.
Because it's going to decide who's number 2 in the division. Because we have them both at 9-8.
Yep. And they split.
They split it.
Yeah. And they split. I mean, and that's the thing. That's what's going to be tough is that, like, the schedule didn't do them a ton of favors. They get it's Miami Buffalo week 1 and week 17. So 2 very different teams playing. That's why I got them splitting.
Yeah.
Listen, this Patriots team, to me, their ceiling's 10 wins, and it's not much above that. I don't think this team is great. I think their floor is actually lower than most people think. I think their floor, even with Bill Belichick, is somewhere around 6 wins.
And the schedule's not hard.
No.
It is
but
not.
I just don't trust
like
this receiving
playoff
game.
teams that they might face. Indy,
Minnesota, Cincinnati.
Yeah. Indy, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Buffalo. I don't see a lot. I mean, maybe the Raiders. Anything can happen in the AFC West. Cleveland, we think, could be a wild card team, depending on what happens with
You're
Deshaun.
talking about maybe best case scenario 6,
5 or 6 possible postseason teams,
and yet we've got them like just above 500. And I think there's a lot of toss-up games here that I think this team. There's just not a lot to like about them. The best thing about them is their coach, and I think Mac Jones showed a little bit of what he is last year. Guy who can win games when he plays bad teams, and a guy who can drop games when he gets cold. And it just depends what Mac Jones is. I think 500, just above 500, is pretty perfect for this team. Like, if this team gets 12 wins, some things have gone miraculous their way. Because it's not great. It's okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Patriots fan. Sorry, Boston. Y'all are going to come at me. I'm sorry. At Nick Mazesco, it's right there on Twitter. You can tell me how wrong I am. I just don't like this team that much.
Our buddy RG is not going to be happy.
Sorry, G.
But I think the dynasty's over. Like, until you get like someone special at the quarterback and get back to sort of the Patriot way of forcing turnovers and I do think they'll still win time of possession in most of these games. Yeah. They do have a great running. They do run the ball very well. They'll be a top 10 running team once again, but some of that is based on necessity.
And you know what the worst part is? I think this team could have been really good. I just think they botched their draft so bad. There were pieces there that could have made this team significantly better. There were wide receivers going in the second, third round that could have made this team significantly better, and they went with Cole Strange, which is a strange pick for sure.
That's my new nickname, Cole Strange.
Strange.
And with that,
Cole Strange.
We'll be back on Thursday to close out the division with the Jets. That'll be about an 11-minute show. So make sure you're here at 2 o'clock Eastern time, or you'll
be done by 2:15. You can go get lunch.
You will miss that show. When we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, when we talk about the Texans, the Jets, some of these teams, I'm surprised we went 20-something minutes talking about the Falcons, but we were just having too much fun tearing them down, to be honest.
Sorry, Atlanta. I hope I can still come and get some lemon pepper wings.
We will see you on Thursday to close out the division next time on the show.